Let's learn about sweet gum tree today. It has anti-inflammatory properties, helps treat intestinal upset, rheumatic issues, and even treats wounds. There's even more. Come learn with me. Rachel with the Herbalist Garden here, and we're going to talk about the sweet gum tree today. Anyway, I was going to say all the same things I said in the intro. It's been a day. Like, my friend and I were talking about something this morning, and then they came back and said, "Hey, so and so told me the same thing." I'm like, "What? I thought we talked about it already." And they're like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Crap, I've got so much going on." But the semester's over. Well, on Friday, but I turned all my assignments in, so yes, one more semester left and a CLEP exam. If anybody wants to help me pass a French CLEP exam, yay! Anyway, not cheating. Anyways, we're gonna talk about sweet gum tree. I grew up with these gumballs in my yard all growing up. I lived in the South. I grew up in the South, and every yard had gumballs. They were just the bane of existence. In the fall, it was still warm because it's the South, and you can run around barefoot. But guess what? Not when you have sweet gum tree in your yard, and it's dropping its gumballs, and they hurt. They look like a mace, like a mace. Yeah, they're painful, so don't step on them. It's about the same as stepping on Legos. Like that for comparison, if you've never done it. Anyway, we're going to talk about that today. So, the spike ball fruit may take 30 years to appear, but in the meantime, you can use the sweet gum sap as a way to help fight inflammation, bacteria, and fungus. It's like all I knew growing up was that these plants hurt your feet and they're a pain in the butt. I didn't know they were medicinal when I was young. But of course, you grow, you learn. Guess what? Now I live in a place that they aren't. Like you can't find them anywhere. They're like non-existent in this area. So if you got sweet gum tree balls, I want some, please. Send them to me. They're the most medicinal before they're brown. This is not the time of year for that, obviously. Or they are medicinal before they're brown and dried. Basically, when the season comes again and the green gumballs are on the tree, you're more than welcome to send them to me. Anyway, the sweet gum got its name from the resinous sap that results when you score its bark. And my little intro thing. I am an herbalist. I am not a doctor. Please do your own research. Super important. And my notes are over here on the screen. Thank you so much for joining us today. Gosh, I'm so thrilled to have you here. And we're growing, and I'm thrilled to death about it. And I thank you so much for being involved and participating. And yeah, you make me you make me happy. So thank you. So the gum has long been harvested and used for chewing, and is also known to have anti-inflammatory properties. Sweet gum sap has attracted the attention of medical researchers, and many of the folkloric uses we are now supported by scientific evidence. I mean, you don't keep doing something if it isn't working. That's isn't that no that I was gonna say isn't that insanity, but insanity is doing the same things with the same results. that you don't necessarily want. Maybe you do want them, I don't know. Um, but it's looking for different results and still getting the same results. Anyway, if I have an herb that I'm using and it's not working for me, guess what? I'm not going to use it anymore. So if it's been used this long, all right, we'll get to it. I know you get the whole concept. Sorry, I always feel the need to explain things. That's kind of why I'm here, is because there are people who really don't know. And if you don't, we're learning together. Okay. Well, somebody was just at my door. Still. Yay. I had to go answer that because even when I'm on lunch, I'm still at work. I'd have to actually leave the office to get any sort of peace. I don't really get bothered that much. But the whole point is that it's cold outside. I'm not going outside. It's freezing. It was 3 degrees when I woke up this morning. No, I'm not built for this. I don't like it. Anyway, sweet gum. Okay. Extracts from sap have shown promise in fighting drug-resistant bacteria and hypertension. It is a potent antifungal and an effective natural pesticide. Gum tree, a tree in the witch hazel family, which I did not realize that. This word, that family, native of the eastern United States, also Mexico, in Central America, along the rivers of the southeastern United States. Sweet gum exceed 125 feet in height and 4 feet in diameter. I mean, I grew up around these trees. This is just what they are. I think one of my yards was all pine and sweet gum. And I just didn't know. So the deeply cut gray or brownish gray bark forms winged projections on the twigs. I don't know what that means. The alternate palmate shiny leaves usually have 5 pointed, finely toothed lobes and are fragrant when bruised. In the autumn, the star-shaped leaves turn brilliant red to purple. Oh, yeah, they're really pretty. And they make a valuable ornamental tree. The staminate flowers are inconspicuous. The pistil flowers are in a spherical head that matures into long stalks, globose masses of spiky tipped capsules. So that's the gum balls. The wood is fine grained, moderately challenging, and relatively strong. The heartwood, known as red gum, and hazelwood is variously colored red and brown, and the sapwood is paler. From incisions made in the tree, a gum exudes, which is a resin, which is called storax, and adhesive, and what somewhat like white turpentine in appearance, which finally hardens. If you like to grow your own sweet gum, it's a commitment because it takes 30 years for the gumballs to come up. 30 years. Wow. And it's hardy in zone 5 through 9. It is a fast-growing tree and will tolerate moist soils. The sticky resin of the American sweet gum's bark, often called sweet gum balm, contains compounds like cinnamaic acid and vanillin. Vanillin. These natural chemicals fight germs, reduce swelling, and help heal wounds. The leaves and the bark also have tannins, which tighten tissues and calm irritated skin. Yeah. Native American and traditional healers have used it for a range of conditions, from sore throats to cuts. So there is a website that I found when I was doing my research. that, take it or leave it, but it gave me some really interesting information, and I'm going to mm, put it in here in a very small way. If you want to go and look at the website and you're open minded, I was like, what am I reading? It was exciting. Um, you know, type thing. So we're going to talk about the constituents now. Chemists found that the seeds of the sweet gum fruit contain significant amounts of shikimic acid, the starting material used to produce the leading antiviral agent in Tamiflu, which blocks the replication of flu virus. I feel like TikTok's history teacher. Anyway, simply stated, this is how it works. To reproduce, the viruses need to exit the cells they are in. A protein makes that possible. It is believed that shikimic acid inhibits the protein to halt virus replication. So, we're going to go to scientific names. Liquid amber, styraciflua, in that family, which is the West Chazal family. Scientific words. So the parts that are used are the balsam. I guess that's the resin. Hold on. I'll look them up because I don't really know. What is the balsam of tree? A plant? What is it? What does balsam mean? It's yes, any of several aromatic resins such as balsam of Peru, balsam of Tolo, that contain considerable amounts of benzoic acid, cinnamaic acid, or both, or their esters. So it is the balsam is the resinous exudate which forms on certain kinds of trees and shrubs. Balsam owns its name. Blah, blah, blah. I don't care. I mean, I do, but I don't. So I'm going to go back. So the balsam and the bark are the parts that are used medicinally. It is an antiseptic, astringent, expectorant. This tree is also a larval host for the green Luna moth. So they must be around here, but they're not, because we have green Luna moths. Not in my town. The next town over does. I don't know how to explain it. It's obviously wherever the gum trees are. And the gum is produced in pockets in the bark. That's where you find the resin. And I guess maybe we'll get to that. So the balsam is used effectively externally for wounds and for skin problems. It's like for external use. I probably would never put it internally, but we're going to learn. It is typically formulated as an ointment with lard or oil. Okay. Native Americans used a decoction of leaves and roots as a wash to treat injuries. So leaves and roots, even though the other website said only the balsam and bark. So, okay. A wash to treat injuries. For coughs and respiratory congestion from colds, the gum can be used to promote expectoration or relieve a sore throat. The bark has been used to relieve diarrhea and dysentery and to treat ringworm. American sweet gum it says it's not one trick pony. Okay, yeah. Its resin works as a natural antiseptic for minor cuts and burns. When brewed as a tea, okay, so if you're brewing it as a tea, you have it basically diluted, infused. because you can ingest it. It can ease coughs by loosening mucus. So we talked about that last week, is that elecampane does that. Mullein does that. There's a few other plants as well. Um, to me, when multiple things say the same thing, it tells me to make a formulation. But it also tells me that, like, if you're allergic to one thing, we can go and utilize the other thing. We don't have to. Look at all these books. We don't have to. We're Nature did not give us one thing. It gave us multiple options. So that makes me happy. Anyway, so it can even be used as a mild sedative to help with stress-induced insomnia. So, like elecampane again. It's also good on arthritis pain or skin rashes. It is also effective against gonorrhea, GLEAT, amenorrhea, amenorrhea, um, leukorrhea, wasting disease, tuberculosis of the lung or consumption, okay, and asthma. Also excellent for all bowel complaints, basically. So that's elecampane too, which we also talked about last week. So it makes me think things. Research indicates that presence of plant-derived triterpenoids in sweet gum trees in the fruit, the gum balls, which are promising candidates for combating inflammation. This makes them a natural option for individuals managing conditions such as arthritis. I copied and pasted this from the website. It is down below. I'm not doing anything that I shouldn't be doing. I am referencing it. Studies conducted at the University of Maryland found that extracts from sweet gum tree balls exhibit impressive antibacterial properties. This could be a game changer for those looking for more natural solutions to common infections. Traditionally, sweet gum resin has been used to treat respiratory ailments. Modern herbalists often recommend utilizing these tree balls in steam inhalation. This practice can help clear sinus congestion and relieve symptoms of asthma and bronchitis. The antimicrobial properties of sweet gum tree balls may significantly speed up wound healing. A topical ointment containing these extracts have shown promise in clinical applications, benefiting minor cuts and scrapes. Emerging research suggests that calming effects of sweet gum tree resin in aromatherapy. This is a natural option for those seeking stress relief and emotional balance. Many of the medicinal properties of sweet gum are derived from the resinous sap that exudes from the outer bark of the tree when it has been damaged. The sap, known as storax, has been used for centuries to treat common ailments, including skin problems, coughs, and ulcers. More recently, storax has proven to be a potent antimicrobial agent even against multi-drug resistant bacteria such as methicillin-resistant Staphylococcus aureus, MRSA, which, guess what? Elecampane is that too. In addition to the sap, the leaves, bark, and seeds of the sweet gum contain beneficial compounds, including shikimic acid, a precursor to ooh, this word, something phosphate, to which is the active ingredient in Tamiflu, an antiviral drug effective against several influenza viruses. Other extracts derived from sweet gum trees have shown potential as antioxidants, anti-inflammatory agents, chemoprotective agents. That's a big one. The compounds in sweet gum sap extracts suppress hypertension in mice. Extracts from sweet gum seeds have anticonvulsant properties, which may make them suitable for treating epilepsy. In addition to potential medicinal uses, sweet gum sap extracts exhibit antifungal activity against various phytopathogenic fungi and have been effective in reducing nematode and yellow mosquito populations. I mean, because it did say it was used as a pesticide, highlighting their potential for environmentally friendly pesticides and antifungal agents. The list of value added products derived from sweet gum trees can be expanded through continued research on this abundant tree. So the resin extracted from the trunk acts as an antiseptic, a diuretic, a carminative, expectorant. You can make a poultice, para, parasiticide, stimulant and sedative, whatever, salve, and vulnerary. You can also chew the resin to treat sore throats, asthma, coughs, dysentery, cystitis. You can apply it externally for sores, piles, wounds, ringworm, and scabies. Inner bark is used for treating diarrhea and childhood cholera. And the leaves you can take a bath in, and it soothes or heals the skin. I'm gonna put this. I think I can do that. So you can. I was gonna put this grid I have on my screen up on my notes up on the screen. If I can do it, I will. If not, I'm sorry. Basically, you can add the resin to honey, and you can boost cough relief and soothe sore throats. If you add it to coconut oil, it creates a healing salve for dry skin or burns. If you add it to aloe vera, it enhances wound healing and reduces itching. If you add it to peppermint oil, adds cooling relief for soothing muscle aches. Oh, this is pretty cool. I like that there was a website that added that in there. So, how do we use this safely? So, for resin, scrape a small amount of hardened resin from the tree bark, melted in a double broiler with coconut oil, 1:2 ratio. Strain, blah, 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 blah. For a tea, and you steep 1 teaspoon of dried crushed leaves in hot water for 10 minutes. Add honey if desired. For inhalation, 3 to 5 drops of resin-infused oil to a bowl of steaming water. Cover your head with a towel. Breathe deeply for congestion. Yeah, the steam method. Never put raw resin on an open wound. I'm sorry. Obviously, it's to treat wounds. It says to never use raw resin directly on open wounds. Always dilute it, is what it's telling you to do. Some people can have skin allergies, and then pregnant women should avoid sweet gum remedies due to limited safety research. So, if you're on blood thinners or have chronic health issues, don't do it without supervision. That's just not smart. Always do things with supervision if you have outstanding circumstances. So there's formulas and dosages, and I'll put that right here. But basically, that's it. Because if you're only listening, decoction. Boil 1 teaspoon bark or balsam in 1 cup of water. Take 1 cup a day, a mouthful at a time. If you're making it a tincture, a dose is from a quarter to a half teaspoon of the tincture. So if you take 1 teaspoonful of the cut or granulated bark to 1 cupful of boiling water, drink 1 to 2 cupfuls, a mouthful at a time during the day. Adjust to condition and age. But that's like pretty much whatever piles anyway. We changed it. I think it's hemorrhoids first. I think that is everything. That is literally everything I have on Gumtree, Sweet Gumtree. Is useful. It's way more useful. I kind of like I knew it had medicinal value since I've been an adult, but I've never actually like looked it up and studied it and did my research. And boom, it's right here. I finally did it. I'm taking it off my list. Exciting. Okay, so that is all I have for this week. Thank you so much for sticking around. I appreciate it. You can go over to YouTube, and in the posts, there is a list, a poll you can vote on to help me decide what's coming next. Gumtree was on there. You can skip that one. Obviously, it's already done. I appreciate you very much. Very much. You make this all worthwhile. Because I have a passion for this. I love this. Could I make this a little bit more interesting? Maybe. I could. It takes a lot more work. And guess what? Right now it's free for me. No. What's the word? How do I want to say that? It will never cost you any money. But YouTube can monitor. If I get enough people watching and viewing, I will then be able to monetize it, and then I'll make money. And if I'm making money, I don't mind putting in more effort, more time, more effort. Still, I'm trying to make my surroundings, my environment, like my home, my yard, pleasing to the sight, because I kind of came in dirty with the thing. So it is a work in progress. It'll get there. It'll get there. A work in progress. Okay. My point is that to make it more interesting, I need to make money off of this. It's basically what it comes down to. I should never have to charge you. Don't worry. Now, maybe on down the road, I'll have like a Patreon or something like that. I don't know. But I'm not really going to gatekeep any information, so I don't know how that'll work. I haven't thought about really thought about that yet. I might be lying. As of now, I'm not. Thank you guys so much for coming along on my little learning journey here. Very much appreciate you. Don't forget to check out the Facebook page. I'm sorry, Facebook group. It is not a page. Facebook group, The Herbalist Garden. We're growing. We're discussing things. Sometimes we're boring. Sometimes we're like really interesting. But I love my little group. The websites that I cleaned all my information from are down below. Thank you so very much for checking them out and for help me stay on my toes. Give me suggestions, like constructive criticism. Don't be mean. And I would prefer like real criticism to come privately, not for everybody to hear. I handle it better that way. How about that? Oh, I didn't type of the culinary uses. Chewing gum. It's also used as a stabilizer for cake. And if you chew the gum, it can sweeten breath. I took it back up and I didn't. So if you stuck around this long, you got extra information. Thank you very much. Somehow it got cut off. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for learning with me. Have